All right, let's jump right in. If you've ever wanted to sound less like you're reading from a textbook and more like you're actually hanging out in Brazil, then you are in the right place. We're about to unlock 3 expressions that are absolutely essential. They'll take your Portuguese from just okay to totally authentic.
So, let me ask you something. You know that moment, that perfect little slice of cosmic justice, when someone ignores every warning, does the dumb thing anyway, and it all goes wrong? What do you say? English has a few ways to put it, but Brazilian Portuguese? Oh, it has one perfect, sharp little phrase for exactly that.
And that phrase is bem feito. Now, this is so much more than just a couple of words. It's kind of like a window into how the culture views cause and effect. And trust me, getting a handle on this one is a massive step towards sounding like you know what you're talking about.
So what is it exactly? Bem feito. While it literally translates to well done, it's completely sarcastic. This is your go-to for serves you right or you had it coming. Let's get the pronunciation right because it's key. Say it with me. Bem feito. One more time. Bem feito. You can just feel the attitude packed into it, right?
Let's paint a picture. Your buddy is walking down the street totally glued to his phone, not paying attention to anything. He bumps into someone, his wallet slips out of his pocket, and he just keeps on walking. Later, when he's freaking out about his missing wallet, you can just shake your head and say, bem feito. You know, he kind of earned that one. Or here's another classic. We've all known this person. They had a huge exam coming up, but decided to party all week instead of hitting the books. When the results come in and, surprise, surprise, they failed, the absolute perfect response is bem feito. It's not even about being mean. It's just, well, it's a statement of fact. You reap what you sow.
And this phrase isn't just for, accidents or bad grades. It works for social consequences too. Say there's this guy, João, who has a reputation for lying, and then one day he's shocked, just shocked, that nobody believes a word he says. Well, bem feito. His actions led straight to this moment.
Okay, but here's a super important warning. While bem feito is used all the time in Brazil, it's got a definite edge. It can sound pretty harsh. You'd probably say it about someone or maybe to a really close friend who gets your sense of humor. Say it to a stranger who just dropped their ice cream. Yeah, you might come off as a real jerk. So, read the room.
All right, so we've covered the art of bem feito. Now let's move on to some faster, more direct slang. Think of these next 2 as your quick-fire toolkit for adding that authentic flavor to everyday chats.
So here are our 2 power players, Caia na real and se liga. They're both like little commands. One is basically a reality check, and the other is a wake-up call. Let's break them down one by one.
First up, Caia na real. The pronunciation is Caia na real. This is what you pull out when your friend is being totally delusional. About a job they're not going to get, or a relationship that's clearly not working. It's a very direct way to say, hey, stop dreaming and face the facts.
And here's a perfect time to use it. Your friend is trying to juggle moving, planning a wedding, and working a full-time job all by themselves, and they're completely falling apart. You just look them in the eye and say, you can't do everything alone. Caia na real. It's a way of saying, be realistic, ask for some help.
Okay, on to the second of our quick-fire phrases, se liga. This one is all about snapping someone to attention and doing it fast.
Right, so this is se liga. Let's say it, se liga. This little phrase is just so incredibly useful. You can use it to tell someone to focus, to warn them about something, or just to say, hey, get with it. It's like a verbal nudge to bring them back to the present moment.
Think about this. You're at a concert with a friend who's just buried in their phone. The lights dim, the band walks on stage. You need them to look up right now. A quick, sharp se liga is all it takes. It means, hey, pay attention, this is it. So we've covered some pretty cool ground, huh? But here's the final word, and it's maybe the most important part. Learning the words is one thing, but knowing when to use them, how to say them, that's where the magic is. Context is everything.
So let's recap your brand new toolkit. You've got bem feito for those moments of, let's call it, earned misfortune. You've got Caia na real for a friendly but firm reality check. And you've got se liga for a quick, sharp call to attention. 3 powerful phrases for 3 very real situations.
And that kind of brings us to a bigger idea. These aren't just random words, are they? They're little insights into cultural attitudes about fairness, reality, and what it means to be aware. So the question I want to leave you with is this. When we learn a culture's slang, are we just learning new words, or are we actually learning a whole new way of seeing the world?